discussed, usually in the manual process, the data exchange happens in 2D, like each and every stakeholder needs to communicate all the other stakeholders in a separate communication channel. Whereas in BIM interoperability, through one single communication channel, that is like through one single solution or the platform in any one of the BIM software, we can communicate with all the other stakeholders. So where like we are using open BIM model .ifc file format, modules in Bexel Manager, 3D BIM, 4D BIM, 5D BIM, and 6D BIM. So 3D, it is like we can import the 3D model into Bexel Manager, and through that we can do model categorization, elements, grouping, and all. Then quantity takeoff, clash detection, BIM metadata management, preparation of tendering packages, and all we can do it. Then 4D BIM, scheduling and planning, construction simulation, critical path analysis, and all we can do. 5D BIM, cost estimation, and then budgeting, bill of quantities, cash flow analysis. Then 6D BIM, facility management, document management, we can do it. So where like multiple stakeholders in a project, different packages will be there. So the contractor can create the model for their packages alone. For example, structural model, MEP, mechanical, electrical, HVAC, FAPA, different packages, different models will be created. And together we can bring it into the single model, that is federated BIM model can be done in Bexel Manager by collecting different models. So Bexel Manager, it is like single source of truth where we can import the 3D design from any of the leading 3D design softwares. You can prepare a 3D model, and open BIM format .ifc, multiple files or a single file can be imported into Bexel Manager. Then you can create a federated BIM model, and then we can go for integration data layers, such as like you can do the model elements categorization and grouping using selection sets, or like custom breakdown structures, then methodologies, zones, templates can be created inside Bexel Manager for future users. And then you can do clash detection, quantity takeoff, cost editor, smart 4D or 5D scheduling, and progress updation. Then finally, you can link documents also. Then you can generate reporting, and you can integrate with the API through other third-party softwares. And you can export your IFC files, as well as you can export the overall project into BCF BIM collaboration format. And you can export your schedules and all in terms of Excel or like any other leading project management software such as MS Project and Oracle Primavera. You can export it. Today we'll be seeing these things. And then you can do the document management system, and also task automation through integration with third-party solutions like SAP or ERP. Also, you can generate the reports in Power BI, and we can design our own custom reports and its templates. So till this we have seen on yesterday. Today we are going to concentrate like Bexel Manager interface. I'll just give a short glimpse and I'll enter into clash detection. So in Bexel Manager interface, where like we have seen in the top portion, we call it as a ribbon, where we have different tabs available: manage, selection, clash detection, and all. Then in the left side, building explorer, selection sets, custom breakdowns. Then in the right side, the particular level map properties, what is the material used for the particular elements, column, beam, and all. Then if you have any linked or attached documents, you can view. Then in the bottom, you can see what are all the modules available in the software: quantity takeoff, cost editor, schedule animation, clash detection, scenes and animations, and all. So these are the main key features of Bexel Manager. So yesterday we completed selection sets, custom breakdown structures, and then we have completed color coding and walkthrough. So today we'll take you through schedule editor, quantity takeoff, clash detection, then export, cost editor, methodology templates, reports in the upcoming sessions. Let me open software. So go to start, where you can see Bexel Manager, latest version 21. So the software has been opened. So go to the file where you can open the existing project, or you can open the template or like example, or you can create a new project on your own. So just you can go to the project, new project, and you can give your project name like sample one. So I'm just giving IPMCS 1. And revision or the version like R0 I'm giving, and the file you can choose like IFC file or the 3D model you can open. Either like .ifc can be open in Bexel Manager or .bx3. So .bx3 is nothing but through Revit plugin we can open directly from the Revit, like the files in the .bx3 files can be accessible in Bexel Manager. So you can choose the particular files available. So you can just click open, give OK. So the project has been created and it is getting importing the IFC file. So this is the graphical user interface of Bexel Manager. And here you can see in the top portion, we call it as a ribbon as we discussed yesterday. Then in the left side, we have Building Explorer, Selection Set, Custom Breakdown. So Selection Set and Custom Breakdown will be created by ourselves in the Bexel Manager. Whereas Building Explorer is nothing but these are the categories or the elements which is already created in the native software. So say for example, the 3D model has been created in Revit or any other softwares. Now the native format elements will be available here. What are all the IFC elements available in the drawing, it will be displaying here. So based on that, you can create your own categories or like groupings can be done through selection set and custom breakdown structures. So selection set is main key feature for like 4D and 5D solutions in Bexel Manager. So first we will go for the selection sets. So already selection sets available now, you can leave it, and if you want to create the selection set on your own, you can create it. So just go for the new selection set creation. So where I'm just creating like the classification, it may be floor wise or like it may be like column or like slab or beam, how you want, you can create it. So using new rules option, we can create the groupings here. So what are the elements should be included and what are the elements should be excluded also, you can set the rules here. Say for example, building stories available. So I want like level 1 elements alone I want, or you want like family wise all the. So I just need level 1 and I'm giving OK. So it will be included the level 1 elements. So I can give level 1, give OK. So you can see here in the selection set, it will be created. Similarly, you can go to the custom breakdown structure. You can give new and then you can give the name. Floors I'm just giving. And you can create the type as building stories and you can check in all the floors. You can go to use selection and you can select like category or like family wise I want it. You can generate it. So it will be generated. Or you can reset tree and I want to create in terms of category wise. So you can give ceilings, doors and all, it will be available. Just give OK. So in the custom breakdown, it has been created. And similarly, you want to edit the particular custom breakdown, you can go for the edit option where you can set the color codings and all here. Okay. So ceilings, if you select the particular ceilings will be highlighted in the model. Only doors, floor terminals, furnitures, generic models, then railings, So if you have any railings inside that, it will be highlighted. Then ramps, sides, slabs, stairs, walls will be highlighted, then windows. So where it depends upon the color coding also we can set it. So in perspective color coded, it will be displaying. See, generic models. Model will be color coded, model will be visible here for you. Similarly, you can go to the selection sets. You want to create like new selection set from the custom breakdown structure, we can create it. Ground floor, I'm just creating. So you can set the new rule. You can go for the ground floor elements alone. So if you have any excluded, now again you can set new rule, and in the ground floor, I don't want like foundation elements. Now you can give the excluding options. Give okay. So you can see here, these are the items. You can select the particular item and you can see in the selection set also it will be highlighted. So ground floor, which is created as a new selection set. So next is clash detection. We'll enter into the clash detection now. So in the model, like once you have imported the model, you have to create your own custom breakdown structure selection sets, and then you can do the property checking option and all. Then you can do the clash detection. So basically clash detection is one of the key feature to reduce the errors and to reduce the reworks in the construction projects. So clash detection is nothing but it is a software module that allows clash analysis between the individual elements of the model. So most probably like most common and serious clashes are the ones between the structural elements and the MEP elements or within the MEP system. Say for example, in MEP system itself, electrical system and then like HVAC duct will be there, or like any clashes between ceiling or like slab and then beam or wall and then the beam. So you can exactly find out and locate those clashes in the 3D visualization in the Bexel Manager software. So clash detection is extremely important in all project phases in order to execute the project without many problems in terms of quality or delays or additional cost. Say for example, possible clashes between the structural elements and the installation systems or between elements of individual installation systems, etc. So when we are doing clash detection manually, what will happen? So after completing the construction, we'll be identifying in the site. Then again, it is a rework, like whatever the cost and the material and the effort spent has been waste. So if we are doing it in the software, like before execution in the planning phase itself, you can identify those clashes and you can rectify in the planning stage itself. So error free or like reducing the rework will be happening in the construction or the execution phase. So clash detection in the Bexel Manager, where we can set clash detection groups, run clash detection in the model. Then you can import clash detection matrix, or you can export the clash reports in terms of like HTML, PDF, or like BCF or Power BI formats. So let's see how to do the clash detection process using selection sets, or like you can run the clash detection. So where we have like a hard clashes and then soft clashes, like 100%, this should be the clash and it should be identified from the model, where we can set like 50% is matching, no? Then we call such certain things as a clash, or like 100%. So it depends on soft clash and then hard clashes. We can find out. So in Bexel Manager, let's see how to do the clash detection. So I'm just opening Bexel sample project. So let's see the clash detection process now. After opening the project, in the bottom you can see different modules available. Go to the clash detection module. So here you can see already like since it's an example model where we have predefined clash detections available, and I want to create a new rule for the clash detection. New category I want to create it. So here you can see templates available. Either you can import the templates or you can export the templates, as well as where we can see the new job. So first let's go for the new job. So I'm just creating the name as like test 11, and I want to check in like what are the between these two systems. I want to know where what are the clashes happened. So here you can see in the systems. Yeah. So I just want to see here under selection sets. I want to see between the electrical equipment and then like HVAC equipments and all. So I can check in the particular elements. So you can select the electrical equipments on one side, and the other side I'm checking in like HVAC ducts and all. So you can check in these two elements. Is there any clashes between electrical equipments and then HVAC equipments? Here you can see in the bottom run option and also the clash type. So where the hard clash type or like clearance or duplicate and all, you can select soft clash types. So I'm just selecting hard and then I'm just giving run option. So clash detection analysis completed in this much seconds, and the 546 distinct clashes were found. Just give OK, and you can give OK. So once you're done with OK, in the bottom you can see there exists like the clash report will be generated. So whatever we created, the test is the clash report which we created, and you can select this. In the right side you can see under the test 11 clash, these are the clashes which has been find out. So you can see total number of clashes and the ID story on like on which floor, between like in the beams or like what is the category, third floor, and then second floor ducts also has been having the clashes. You want to see the clash in detail, you can select the clash and you can see in detail. And we can see the clashes as well as we can export this report and we can see. So here you can see the options: clash, draw clashes, clash colors, clash statuses, show details, you can select. So informations you can see here. Then in the options also you can see the clash options, columns and all. So you can click on the clash view mode. So now you can select the particular clash. It will be highlighted in the model. So in the top, you can see clash view mode I have selected. So it is highlighting what is the clash happened. So using the level map also, you can see the clash in detail. So what is the clash happened? Again, I can go for the clash 4. Suppose I want to select like all the clashes, I can select here. Using the control A option, you can select all the clashes and you can just see in the model what are all the clashes available. See, this much clashes has been happening. You need to see in detail whether it is a clash or not. If it is a clash, then we need to list down this to the design team. See, Using this design walkthrough, you can see the clashes in detail under which floor. And here in the level map itself, it is showing like all stories as well as like second floor alone. I want to see in detail right now what are the clashes in second floor available. Then I can see the next floor, third floor. So between the duct and all. Suppose after done with the clash detection, I want to export this clash detection into Excel. You can just go for the Excel. You can generate this report. So here you can see export all option available. You can save the file. So in the desktop, I'm just saving VIT. Under this, I'm saving this clash report files. Now you can go to the desktop and you can open the VIT folder and you can see. So the clash report has been exported into Excel. So it will give you the detailed information. What are the new clashes, clash detections, job type, and then the tolerance, then the distance between the two elements. All the informations will be available and you can use the filter options to categorize it. So this is how we can do the clash detection in Bexel Manager. I'm bringing back to the software. So we have seen the clash report also available. Export option we have seen. You can go for the clash report and you can generate the clash report. All the options you can check and give export option. So same, I can save in the desktop itself. Give save. Again, you can go to the same folder and you can open the PDF file and you can see here. So the clash groups. See, the particular model and the particular clash has been highlighted and the informations will be generated. Close. Fine. Moving back to the presentation. Fine. So clash detections, we have seen how to see the level map option and how to do the filtrations and how to generate the reports and all we have seen using the BCF manager option. So till now we have seen the clash detection. Moving on to the quantity takeoff. So moving on to the next module like 5D BIM and quantity takeoff. So quantity takeoff is one of the in construction or in the civil projects, like again a major milestone in a project like 3D BIM design, how the 3D role plays in construction projects. Similarly, we have 5D BIM as well as 4D BIM equally. So 5D BIM usually will be doing the estimation in two different ways of estimation. It may be the manual estimation or it may be the digital estimation. So moving on from manual estimation to digital estimation, now we have leading softwares available, estimation softwares available. So where we can do the same thing here in Bexel Manager, quantity takeoff will see. So quantity takeoff option is a platform for calculating the number of individual group of elements directly from the geometry of the 3D model. So from the 3D model, it is located in the lower part of the screen and consists of two parts. List of pre-assembled quantity takeoffs on the right overview, or you can create your own quantity takeoff list also, and you can remove any elements or you can add any elements on the particular groups also. For better transparency, we can create individual folders in the list where we'll store the individual quantity takeoff. So if you're going for the quantity takeoff, where like overall model will be there, from that model you can create the folders like floor wise or like element wise column. Hello. Yeah.
No, uh, just an introduction. Nothing more. You can continue.
Yes. So let's see how to take quantity takeoff in Bexel Manager. So as I told, like selection set is very important for doing quantity takeoff or like for the 4D BIM, 5D BIM as well as 4D BIM. So after the class detection module, now we are moving on to the quantity takeoff model. Quantity takeoff module. So here you can see under quantity takeoff module, already it has been created as a project and you can see the subfolders. Different subfolders available. So you want to create your own quantity takeoff means you can create a new folder first. So again, you can create a new quantity takeoff. You can go to new quantity takeoff and you can give the test. So here you can select, you want to generate the quantity takeoff from the selection sets available or you want to take like each and every category wise. So I have chosen the categories. So in the categories here you can see I want to take it for the doors or like any particular category I can create right now. So I'm just selecting the walls. So you can select, once you check in the particular element, you can use the use selection option. Then we can select generate. So where we can select the particular thing and you want to group it according to the family or like source or category. So I want to group according to category I have given. So now I can select it. I want to generate a quantity or I want to generate a count or volume. It depends on the item which you have chosen. You want to generate a area or like volume or like counts. So I've selected the walls. Now I'm selecting the walls. I'm adding the quantity area. So area and aggregate function, it may be based on the particular thing. You can choose some, average or maximum, minimum or count. So some I'm choosing and the unit, it is already available. Predefined units available here. Suppose you want to change the unit of measure, you can do the customization using the change option. You can do the editing option like what is the format you wanted. Double click and you can edit the formats. So instead of square meter, it may be the area, hectares, square meters, kilometers and all. Just give OK. Metric system or like imperial system available. Give OK. OK. So we have assigned the area here. Now you can click on generate. So it will be clicking on the generating walls area has been calculated. Similarly, I want to create count and then like quantity itself. Volume I want to choose. You can select volume. Give OK. So once you're done with this, just give OK. So this side you can see the quantity takeoff new one which we have created, walls are also visible. You can select walls and you don't want all the others now, you can check it out. Walls will be generating. So what is the total area, volume and then count. Suppose I want to create the new one again. So I'm just going for the new one. So what are the other items I want? I can checking in. So I want like all the electrical items. I want cable tray, cable trays, and then electrical equipments, electrical fixtures. So for the package wise, I want to create it. So electrical related lighting devices, lighting fixtures and all, I'm just choosing all the electrical items I have selected. Now I'm just making This is electrical package. So package wise estimation will be doing. So you can go for the use selection. Then you can go for category wise or like building wise or family wise. You can select category wise. I have chosen. Now you can add the quantities. You can give generate. Now each and every categories has been generated, and also the next thing is you can set the color coding here. So for the cable trace, I have set the color coding. Just give OK. So now you can see here electrical items will be visible. What is the count and other informations. So this is how we can generate the quantity takeoff here. So we have seen the quantity takeoff using different selection, auto select from takeoff, or like remove elements, particular elements. If you want to remove, you can remove it off. And directly you can create the quantity takeoff using the selection sets. So already predefined groupings or the categories will be created. So where we can export the quantity takeoff templates, or we can import the templates. Also, we can create the color coding just now, which I have shown you how to give the color coding for the specific quantity takeoffs. So here you can see, you can go to selection option will be available, auto select from takeoff, then templates, then you can go for export option. You can go for export. So flat table, where you want to save this, you can browse and you can save it. Select export. So where we can generate the so quantity takeoff report electrical has been generated. So here you can see element ID and then category, area, and then volume, and then count. Whatever we have given will be generated. So it is kind of like exporting a BOQ. So the estimation of the BOQ can be generated, and you can do the customizations. What are the columns you want and all the templates you maybe import, or you can create, you can edit the templates accordingly. So next is we will see the integration of the 4D and 5D BIM. So before entering into integration of 4D and 5D BIM, first let's see 4D BIM. So 4D BIM is nothing but yesterday we have discussed 4D BIM is integrating your 3D model with the time management. We call it as a 4D BIM, generating a project schedule actually. So first we can see for the 4D BIM where you can see like schedule editor and then like schedule progress editor, schedule animation, scenes and animation. These options will be coming under your 4D BIM. So 4D BIM is nothing but first you need to create a schedule or you can generate a schedule. Either you can import a schedule from any of the leading project management softwares or you can create a schedule here directly. So using schedule editor option, it is possible. I'm just opening a new one and I'll show you. So this is a new schedule, new model has been imported, which we discussed already. We have created the selection set options and all. First, go to the schedule editor option. So under the schedule editor, we want to create a new schedule. So I want to create like baseline one BL1 schedule. Baseline one schedule or like R0 schedule you can give. Just give OK. So the new project or the new schedule has been created. Then like in Primavera, like in not only in Primavera, in any of the project management softwares, we already created the schedule. You can import the same schedule here. So here you can see either you can create a schedule from the scratch in Bexel Manager, or you can open the MS project schedule by importing, or you can use like Primavera format to import the schedule here. Any one format we can import it. So in project management, we'll be having like 5 process groups starting from initiation, planning, execution, then monitoring and controlling and closing. All the 5 process groups, usually like schedule creation will be done in the initiation and planning, like project, and then high level schedule creation using summary or like milestone level. Then like a detailed level of schedule will be using activities or the task. Then resource management, then baseline setting, then actuals or the progress updation, then tracking, and then report generation. So these things will be done in the 4D BIM portion. So first let me show you like how to import a schedule from this. In a baseline one schedule, I'm going for importing from MS project. So I'm using any one of the MS project schedule for importing. So I'm giving like construction of house and I'm giving open. Since it is like operating another software, it is taking time. And here you can see construction of house is a project, and what are the elements you want to checking in. Here you need to check these are the project schedule elements available in MS project. You can check in the complete schedule. So give next. So only auto schedule tasks are considered. Yes, we have accepted all the things and calendars and all. You can give finish. Schedule import has been completed. Just give OK, and here you can check. So this is the schedule portion. You can check like it looks like contingent, but here you can see using pop in and pop out option, you can elaborate it, you can maximize it. So once I done with the pop out, it has been come to the full screen mode. So in the full screen mode, here you can see the schedule, whatever we imported is available. Substructures and then superstructures, then garage construction, everything is available. So you can see the Gantt chart. So Gantt chart, activity bars, like where your baseline bars, summary bars and all available here. This is the schedule which I have been imported from MS project directly. And of course, I would like to import another schedule from Primavera. So I'm creating one more schedule, BL2 schedule. Give OK. So again, it is empty one. We can go for import from Primavera P6. You can directly open Primavera file formats. You can see XML or XCR file. So I want to open like XCR file. So it shows like this much summaries and then all the data is available. You can checking in the complete information. Just give next, next, finish. So the schedule has been opened in a fraction of seconds without any data loss. It happens. So you can go for pop out and you can see civil works. You can expand earthwork. So milestones, summaries, and then like a normal task, it may be critical or non-critical. So the complete schedule review can be done here. So in addition to that, in Bexel Manager, where we have the intelligent scheduling option, like not only in Gantt chart, you can just move the bars and all. Apart from that, where you can use you can change the relationships and all in a different logic. So here you can see Gantt, and then like one more option also available, logic. So logic mode and then Gantt mode is available. Right now we are in a Gantt mode. Suppose if I'm changing it into logic mode, it will be showing you the intelligent scheduling, advanced scheduling. So where we can manually change the relationships and all here directly. So right now we are in a R0. So you can see here only like next level will be visible, power supply. So under power supply, what are all the activities will be available. So the particular WBS activities alone will be displaying. Suppose right now like finish to start wiring work at FF it is there. Individual transmission cable works. Instead of finish to start, I would like to change it into start to start or some other relationships. Either you can change here start to start, or you can change it here directly. You can select it, you can delete the particular relationship, or you can just change it. So through this you can edit the information here directly. You can go back one step, the complete project will be visible. Each and every packages wise it will be visible here. You can zoom in and then you can zoom out, or you can go for the scale to fit, or you can go for auto arrange options and all. So where we have different options available, progress and then leveling. So usually in project management softwares, how we'll be doing the same thing here also you can do it. From the logic mode, again, I would like to change it into Gantt mode. So this is, we have seen a schedule creation from a different project management software. Similarly, you can create a schedule directly here in Bexel Manager itself. So I'm just going for new schedule creation. So I can give like new schedule creation, VL3 schedule. Give OK. So where the empty schedule has been opened. So here directly you can add the task. Select the project, either new task, blank or milestone task, that is summary level, or like blank task you want to create. Start of project, then new task, excavation, then foundation. Similarly, we can edit the task. After adding the task, you can either double click on the particular task. So the task editor will be opening, or you can go for the task editor directly. So where we can give all the other informations here. So duration, start, finish dates, then calendars also you can set here indirectly. Then relations, rules, what is the predecessor, successor, then quantities, elements in the quantity takeoff. Then resources, what are all the resources assigned to complete this particular activity. Properties, is there any attachments or like any documents has been attached. Then settings, using setting option you can do this. Suppose I would like to assign like different relationship now. Either after adding the activities, I can go for the logic mode. Then in the logic mode, I can just arrange it. So after SOP, this will come, then this will come. Then the relationship is this finish to start. After SOP directly here, or like you can just delete this. So after excavation, foundation will be connected. So through this, you'll be assigning it. So after assigning this, if you want to add new task here itself, you can add. So next to excavation and foundation, I would like to go for interior works, or like first floor or ground floor column. Then ground floor beam, ground floor. Then after like adding the activities, you can just arrange it. So which one will come here? Then after this, then after this will come. So like this you'll be organizing. Similarly, you can add first floors, then all other like second floor, third floor, how many floors you want, you can add it. So not only in the schedule like Gantt view, this logic view is like one of the new one in Bexel Manager available. So directly in the network logic network analysis, you can do it using the logic mode option. Similarly, you can create a calendar or you can define a calendar. By default, you have some default calendar in Bexel itself. Apart from this, you can create a new calendar and you can just give calendar 1. So here you can define your work weeks, working and non-working days, timing, exceptions and all you can give, just give save. So once you're done with this, any modifications, say for example, Diwali. So yearly ones, or like we have the recurrence pattern also available. So you can just enter this exception editor. Give save, close. So once you're done with the calendars and all, then we'll be moving on to the resources actually once you complete with the relationships. So relationship after that, like resource management, not directly possible here directly. Instead, we can go for the cost editor and then the classification editor. So using cost editor, like from the quantity takeoff, we can assign the resources directly here. So in the cost editor, here you can see the resources tab available, where we can create resources means anything which is required to your which is required to complete your project. It may be labor, human resources, or like non-labor resources. All the resources we can add here. I'm just showing the sample resource creation. Say for example, project manager is one of the resource. It may be types. You can see types of resource available in Bexel Manager: labor, material, and equipments. All the other types available. Then quantity and then unit cost will be there. Then you can add next to project manager. I can add like any equipments, cranes, and I can add one more like concreting, material type, and then it may be area wise. Will be measuring how much square meter. Cost, unit cost, you can define. Project manager, I can give 1,000 per day. Unit quantity unit, it may be measured in terms of duration, day wise or hourly basis or weekly basis. You can give. Similarly for the cranes, I can give per hour or like per day. So usually labor and non-labor will be measured in terms of unit of time, that is duration wise, whereas your materials will be measured in terms of its own area, unit of measure. If it is like cement means bags and then sand means loads, like that will be measuring its own unit wise. So the cost we can give like to complete it 250 per meter square, per square meter, like that. And colors also you can set it. So once you're done with the cost, like resources creation, then we can go for the classification editor. So from the quantity takeoff, just now we have seen the quantity takeoff. So till this we have seen like 4D BIM and 5D BIM separately. Now we are entering into integration of the 4D and 5D BIM. So how we are integrating 4D BIM and 5D BIM? Before entering into integration, moving back to the presentation. So integration of 4D and 5D BIM, creating like new classification. Creating a 4D and 5D BIM model can be done in Bexel Manager in various ways with the help of schedule and cost editor for the creation of classification optimal for your project. So where to demonstrate all functionality stated above will represent the main two workflows that are enabled by the software. So using new classification. So first we need to create a new classification editor. Then using that only we can assign resources and we can integrate like 4D BIM scheduling here. So let me show you how to create a new classification editor. So under cost editor option itself, where we have classification editor tab, cost item definitions, resources. So first let me, for this example, let me take one quantity takeoff. So categories available here. Similarly, I'll create like doors, windows and all. Then add count. You can give generate. You can give a color coding and give OK. So now we have this different options available. Now you can go to cost editor where I can create the different classification editor first. So new classification will be added. So in the new classification editor where we can give the new item, classification item or cost item from new definition or from existing definition also you can give. In the resources, you can add the resources. Say for example, it might be mappings, you can go. Different formulas will be using to assign the cost editors. You can import. Okay, so new item we can define and we can add the resources also. So what are all the resources which we created, like project manager I can give. Similarly, I can give other resources. So project manager means like quantity I can define overall, like how much is the quantity, 5 I can define. So per day, like 1 means like overall daily quantity which is like 3 will be required now. For 5 it will be, for 5 meter cube it will be 15 resources required to complete. So to complete overall how much cost is required, unit cost also it will be taken. So when you come to this, the unit cost will be generated 5,000 and the mappings you can assign, just give OK. So sample 1 I'm just giving. So after we have done with this, now you can go for the cost item definition, select the particular one and then you can edit. If you have any options to be edited, you can edit it off. In the cost editors, you can do this. So once we're done with this, the next thing is we'll be moving on to the schedule editor. There you can see, go to the Gantt option and you can edit the particular activity task editor through the task editor. There you can see quantities, quantity elements. If you have assigned any quantities now, it will be visible here directly. So using this only, we can integrate the cost editor and then the schedule editor options. So through this, we can assign the resources and all. Once you're done with these options, then we'll be moving on to the schedule actual updation and then you can go for the schedule report generation. So moving back to the presentation, we have seen like classification, then cost item, and then creating a resources. And already we have seen the schedule creation, editing schedules, copying, different options we have seen. So how to change the relationships and how to create a templates and all we have seen. Then the schedule optimization. So resources, like after you assign the resources, resource leveling, schedule animations and all available. So let's see now. After you create a schedule, you want to export a schedule in terms of like Excel or like project management software. Now from here itself directly you can export into Excel or MS Project or like Primavera directly. So in the export option, you can see export to PDF report available, Excel options, then MS Project and Primer options available. So I'm just giving export into Excel. So you can give this informations, give OK. So it is exporting into. So like overall project, if you want, you can export it. So you can see this is the Excel data which we have exported. So completely all information will get export. Cumulative cost chart, then cost chart, activity charts, labor working hours, equipments, material usage, pivot table and all. So I'll just export with the one another example and I'll show you. This is a sample example which we were working. So I'll open like existing project. Yeah. So this is a sample project available in Bexel. So now we will see how to generate this one of the report. So I'm exporting into Excel. So you can select the start date and then end date. So we can set period. Give OK. So all your informations will be exported into Excel in a different tabs. Schedule related information we can directly export here under schedule editor. Give OK. So now you can open this. So this is a Bexel sample project report has been generated. So you can see here cost chart will be there, cumulative cost chart, then cost charts, activity charts, what are all the activities planned on which dates, labor working hours, that is man per histogram, stacked histogram will be displaying, then equipment working day chart. So in real time in industries, what are all the resources and then the reports required, all the reports can be generated from Bexel, cost pivot, cumulative cost, activities, then working hours, all the tabular format or the spreadsheet format reports also will be generated here. So for the equipments, then activity data, material data, labor data. So labor, it may be like start date, finish date, what will be the cost, how much quantity will be used, start, end date, year wise, all the informations will be visible. Schedule status date. So this report can be generated from Bexel Manager directly. Similarly, like apart from this, you can generate the payment certificates also. You can just go for export. You can see export payment certificate and give OK. So I'm giving like a payment certificate on a different name. So I'm opening the Excel payment certificate. So here you can see monthly certificates. So this is the payment certificates generated from Bexel Manager directly. What is the unit cost, quantity, contracted price, previous certified quantity, and current one, and balance. So once you're done with this, the details will be helpful for the industry-wise reports, activity data, and then periods. So from which date to which date payment certificate we exported from Bexel Manager, it is displaying in the period section. So these are some of the sample reports. Similarly, you can see here where we can have the task reports. So in Bexel itself, like task reports available, you can just click on the task report. So it shows like cost, cumulative cost, material, labors. So stacked histogram will be available. So average labor per day or total labor hours if you want. So what is the information you can select? Then equipment. So no material available, whereas equipments, what are the equipment plan? What is like per day wise or per month wise equipment data is fetching. Then activities information. So these are the activities which we planned. So this report you can generate in terms of like compare, you want to compare with any other report or like any other project, or it can be grouped by month or it can be grouped by year. So right now it is grouping by year wise. So this report also you can export into Excel or you can print into PDF. Similarly, you can go for task report and then resource report options also available. So activities and resources. So you can go for resources, what are all the resources and for which phases you want. Give OK. So the resource report will be running. So this is basically complete 4D BIM which we are doing. So it is like in MSP or the primary leading project management software. What you can do is like the schedule creation, resource assigning, resource management, project updation tracking only through Gantt chart and then the spreadsheet. Whereas in Bexel Manager, like in addition to that, you can integrate with your 3D model. Also, you can do the 5D estimation like digital estimation. Then 6D, like you can attach the documents content repository. So global level as well as project level. Global level, which report you want to run. These are the report templates available in the cost assignments and schedule assignments. So schedule activity report or schedule resource report. So schedule activities report I want. So I can just select this particular report and I can double click. So the report data will be generated. So here you can see. So this is one of the reports. I want to generate like a tabular or compact. Other details. So these are the reports available in 4D. So next, going to the schedule progress editor. If you have like updated the progress, you can update, like you can directly view the progress. So 100% completed or like how much percentage completed, you can just select the particular activity, right click, you can update the progress. Either it may be like mark as finished or like mark as like how much percentage completed, 10%, 20%, 50%. You can update your progress finally. And using leveling option, you can go for the resource leveling. So the leveling will be open. For which resource, during which period you want to level the resource, you can select this information. So next is schedule animation. So schedule animation, like where we are 4D is nothing but model and then time management. So now we want to see on which date, like what is the element planned and also that is schedule animation will give you. So I'm giving update animation option, and now I can run this simulation and I'll show you. So I can run the simulation. 1 second. I'll move back to the schedule one. So this is the schedule viewer. Now I can run the simulation. It will give you the clear picture. So initially we planned for what is the activities, then what is the activities, entry level, phase 2, columns, ground floor, first floor, second floor, on which date. So you can just pause the video and you can see this is on 2nd September till this is the status. So date and then what is the work, what is the cost, percentage we plan to complete, our actual percentage. So this will be visible here. So the same thing can be exported. This is what the schedule animation. So here you can see in the bottom, like display task or any animations we planned also we can select it. And we want to export this report means we can export in terms of like either particular thing or like in terms of image or a video. So I want to export the video in the sense like for next 3 months, what is the activities we planned, or like complete project video, or like month 1, month 2. So this will be giving the status of the project to the client in a video format. So rather than like PDF reports, video speaks. So what exactly happened from the starting till as on date or like till the status date. So I'm giving one of the image. So and you can select image means what is the frames and then override visual options, format PNG or like JPG or GIF or BMP. And similarly for video we have like motion JPG or like you can select the particular codecs and you can give the export. So for example, I'm giving the image and I'm giving export. So image is getting export. It is taking time to complete this process. So video or audio means it will take some time. Images. So it has been completed. And here you can see the complete images will be exported actually. So where like each and every next you can give and you can check for each and every date wise it has been exported. So rather you can export in terms of video also. That's it. So we have seen today like 4D BIM, 5D BIM and integration between 4D and 5D BIM, and hope like till this will stop the session. Students, if you have any doubts, you can ask now. And in tomorrow's session, we'll be covering off with scenes and animation, 6D BIM, another like methodology editor, zones editor, and all the other options. Leftover topics will be seeing reports like how to export a report into Power BI. All the options will be seeing tomorrow.